demons. I got the Bible right here. I gotta preach the demons out of y'all.
Man,
I'm just kidding. I don't.
Yeah, we you in and out, huh? You in and out with it,
bro. No, I mean,
you take the core values from it, and
yes.
that's it. None of that.
For those of you who know me, you know that this is an actual Bible. It's actually a journal. But for those of people who know me, I don't take the Bible at whole face value because I believe that men are corrupt and they have made, they write corrupt shit, so they write lies.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in believing wholeheartedly lies.
Religion is the first multi-billion-dollar corporation, and then second is prostitution. So gotta hold it with a grain of salt.
Very true. All right, man. Well, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
We've been working like crazy. This is episode 18, something like that. It'll show up on the title because at this point I don't even know. Man, it's been a rough one, man.
You know what's crazy? We got hit just like everybody else got hit, and I'm gonna go ahead and blame our absence on inflation. If that's the most American thing to do right now is to blame things on inflation. So
Putinflation.
Right, Putinflation.
Yeah. No, it's not Putin's fault. It's fucking Biden's fault. Bitch ass. Anyways, man, it's been a minute. We've had a whole bunch of stuff happen again.
Your hair's not long now. It's shorter.
Yeah.
You cut it.
I forgot to put on my hat for this. Fuck this. Fuck it though. Fuck it. We're just gonna roll. We're just gonna roll with it. I don't feel like restarting again. So we have. I know you heard. I showed you the new Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
Who will fight for women's rights, but at the same time doesn't know what a woman is.
Yeah, I don't think nobody on her team knows what a woman is. Right? That's the new way. Right? So if I ask you a question about science, what you gonna tell me? I don't know how to explain that question. I'm not a scientist. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not a biologist. Oh my god.
Well, did this happen in history? I don't know how to tell you. I can't tell you. I'm not a historian. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just the new wave now.
Yeah. So when we get a stuffy nose and be like, oh, you got a cold? I don't know, bro. I'm not a virologist. So
Not a doctor. I'm sorry. I don't.
No, it's not even a doctor, bro. You got to be an expert. You got to be a virologist. You got to be an expert.
I forgot my bad. You have to be. This has to be your expertise. You have to be an expert in the situation.
Expert in virology, bro. That's what you need. Can't have an opinion on anything unless you're an expert.
Yeah.
This fallacy of an appeal to an authority, bro, is so fucking ridiculous. I hate that. I used to make that argument too, like, oh well, this person said this and this person, and they know more than I do. Like, that's an appeal to authority. It doesn't mean they're right. Like,
right.
Because someone spent a lot of time memorizing shit in books doesn't mean that their opinion about something may be right.
Yeah.
Like, Fauci is a PhD, quote unquote.
Yeah.
This motherfucker been killing people, bro. Locking people down, mask mandates.
Double masking.
Double masks, bro.
Double masking.
If you walk around with a double mask, bro, I don't feel sorry for you.
Yeah, that's a lot of old women. I've noticed old people, which if you want to take precautions and do things like this for your health, I understand. I mean, for you. I don't understand for me, but I understand for you. It's older people and then older black women. Just masks. So I just know it's like all I see is older black women, or just older people in general. They just they're really afraid, and that goes to show you that those people are the majority of the people that do the majority of the voting for now until the millennials. And I figured out I'm in Gen Z. I'm not even a millennial, bro. I'm under you. I'm in Gen Z. So until we get it together and start voting, these are the majority voters, and they do exactly what they're told, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't know. We're in a position where they're remaking the social contract between government and populace, and in like we didn't in the same way that we didn't question the income tax. Now that we're here, like, we just assume it's part of being
blindly, bro.
Like, it's always been this way. No, it has not always been this way, bro. The income tax is a recent thing, and because we're a new generation in this, we accept it like it's a normal thing. It's not normal, and they're doing this again to where, like, our new generation is going to be like, oh yeah, it's normal for government to have this much authority and power over our lives, and it's not. Like,
well, you know, there was I think it was like the Reconstruction Acts or something like that, where they've, throughout the course of history, I think it was 1871, and throughout the course of history, they've always changed the Constitution to kind of bend the will at whatever time is going on. So even as early as like almost basically 100, or I'd say 50 years after the founding fathers, they've always kind of bent the, you know what I'm saying, bent the Constitution to the times, or just not even change the Constitution. Sometimes there's no change or no vote or anything. It's just this is what we're gonna do for this generation. And
yeah, a lot of it's culturally enforced, and
isn't that what they were doing in Cuba?
Cultural enforcement,
or maybe they probably writ that in the rule books for them, but it's kind of like basically the same. I don't want to say the wrong.
So it's like we have a lot of rules on the books that no one enforces. Right? Yeah. So we have an obscene amount of laws.
Yeah.
But nobody enforces certain laws. Like the law. I forgot what Tim Pool was talking about. He was saying that there was this law that they're trying to integrate or pass, basically saying you can't discriminate discriminate against a person based on their gender identity, right? So transgenders. So he goes, but in the law or in transgender identity definition is one self-expression of their sexuality. It doesn't self-expression of their sexuality. It doesn't clarify in a two what is it called? A bi system or whatever the fuck, right. A binary system.
Yeah.
And it doesn't clarify that. So you could technically be a furry, dress up in a furry suit and say, I'm a furry. He was saying, I'm, Prometheus, Lord of the Mist, and I am a furry, and you must refer to me that way. And Temple went to a lawyer and said, well, like, how does that work out? He's like, well, you'd be laughed out of the courtroom. And he goes, well, why? Because in the law, it doesn't specify. And he goes, yeah, but, the judge knows what's reasonable and what's not. I go, okay, well, that's not law. That's cultural enforcement.
Right.
Because you're not going by what the law says. You're just going by what's reasonable.
Yeah, that's basically a civil situation.
And what's reasonable changes.
All right.
So I think in 30, 40 years, you will have Prometheus, Lord of the Mist. Yeah, working, especially in meta, in the metaverse.
Well, that's what,
Once we plug into the Matrix, bro.
Plug into the Matrix. They actually doing it. I guess. I think conspiracy theory time. I think they've realized they can't leave, because you've conquered everywhere. You've pumped and dumped, right? America, you pumped. It's been about almost 200 years, more than that, but it's almost about time probably for them to do a dump. And they probably was really thinking before, like, oh, we can go to space. I don't think they can go to space, because they definitely would have been in space by now. Of course, they would have took all the resources we have and shipped it up to space. So they're like, okay, what can we do? Well, remember that movie, The Matrix, they made back in 1999, 2000? Yeah, well, I think we can make that come true. So that was just like, and really they might just like promote it for everybody else to plug into the Matrix, to plug into the metaverse, and it starts with an M2. That's crazy, bro. It's like almost copy and paste what they do, but it's like they're promoting the metaverse to everybody else, and then while everybody else is in the metaverse, they just like, well, we got real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's his name? Who owns Facebook doesn't let his kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people that have these services, that own these services, don't allow their own family members and kids and stuff like that to partake in these. You know what I'm saying? These services. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, even for all of Elon's talk of buying Twitter for free speech and things like, he still wants to interface us with AI.
Yeah, he definitely, and he also wants to go to space. But I'm pretty sure he realized that's a pipe dream. I think it's a pipe dream.
I think it's, as far as right now, it's a dream. But I think in the future, maybe.
But it can't. Why has it not already been done though? How are you shipping people in the 50s? We 2022, and every time you shoot something up in the sky, it blow up, or it doesn't make it to where you need to make it to.
Because government isn't efficient, and they make everything too costly. Like SpaceX, they basically made their rockets, Tesla and what the other guy who owns Amazon. They basically
Bezos.
They basically made their rockets for like half the price that the government did, like, because you work better in the private sector, you work more efficiently. if we do, it's going to be by the private sector. It's not going to be by government. Government is too slow. They're too much red tape, bureaucracy, and all that.
Too much red tape. They probably they drag their ass until it's time to rock it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's what they known to do. So they dragging our ass. They dragging their ass on us. Right now. So I just hope they really don't pump and dump us. I hope that is just a pipe. I hope I am just talking shit. But it almost feels like it's about time for them to start dumping on us. Like they driving everybody crazy. Got everybody fighting for nothing. Got the one like 2 or 3 kids in the high school that would run around with rocket costumes, and now those kids are top dog. And if you say anything bad about them, you getting canceled. It's crazy, man. Everything's been crazy. I think when last time we spoke, I think we were going through like the baby inflation or something like that. Last time we spoke, I think was before the gas prices hiked. You know what I'm saying? Everything's kind of just went a little more haywire.
Well, I mean, I just remember the lies. Like, first of all, they were like, "There's no inflation coming. There's going to be no inflation." Then it was going to be, "Oh, it's only going to be a little bit of inflation. Right. It's not going to be that bad." Then it's going to be like, "Yeah, it's kind of bad, but it's only going to be transitory. It's going to go away." And then it's going to be like, "Well, yeah, now we kind of got to live with it, but inflation's good. It hurts the rich." Like,
don't forget the food shortage.
Yeah, now, and he's like, "There's going to be fucking food shortages." Okay, all right.
And there's still shortages still. Like,
my question is, bro, how are you still in office, bro?
I have no idea.
But I get it. I get why they're wheeling them around in a gurney, like putting them in front of these people, having the Easter Bunny fucking cut it off in between questions. You see that at an Easter event? They literally had a person in a bunny costume, like jump in between him and a crowd of people asking questions.
No, I didn't see that.
And like lean and like kind of like walk him over to another set of people. You should have seen the look on his face, bro. It looked like he like, oh fuck, this is it. Like because it was just a random bunny, and so it shows it from the angle where it shows his face, and the bunny is like, what's it called? And he's like for half a second, bro, he thought he was gonna die. Like, I'm like,
this is crazy, bro. I mean, and you know what's sad? I'm now becoming the person that I don't like. I mean, I guess I'll still rather have him than Camilla, because I know when she get in there, she's gonna run amok,
bro. Oh my god! At least he pretended to like the Constitution, you know. Like, at least he pretended. Yeah, she's not pretending, bro.
Oh no.
He's like, it has to be constitutional. Can't we just say yes, Joe? Okay.
Yes, because dude,
bro, there are so many freaking chicks on TikTok who do like a badass impression of
Camilla.
Of Camilla, bro. Right. Oh my god, it's hilarious. And so like there was one that
they do the laugh too, the creepy laugh too.
But what is it? He said they stitched another TikTok, and it was like, I'd love to hear Camilla speak just behind bars. And then so the girl puts like bars in front of the camera, and she's like, oh, Joe, look, oh, okay, Joe, get over here, and okay, I got something to show you. Okay, like it's hilarious, bro. I'm like, oh my god. But I think it's gonna be good in the midterms. Like, we are going to flip the Senate and the House like gangbusters. Problem is we need to get different people in there, bro. These Republicans ain't doing shit, bro. These Republicans are crooked, bro. They're just as crooked as the gosh damn Democrats. Like,
that's what happens, bro.
We only got a couple good people in there, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz. Like, they're the ones running in there calling for what is it? For a record of the vote. So they said that when they got in, that they were like watching how like they were voting on the floor about bills. So someone would basically take the House or the Speaker of the House's spot, and say, okay, bill so and so, everyone for it, say yay. And it's just like 5 Democrats go, yay. And he goes, everyone opposed, say nay. And she said that like 5 Republicans would be like, nay. Like, and he goes, the yays have it. Boom. Yeah. There would be like no count, no nothing, just a voice. And so,
what type of old?
So she started looking up the rules, and she's saying if you call for a count of the vote or something like that, a record of the vote, they have to go to every single senator and ask for their vote so they can write it down in the record so we know how they voted. And they have to. You're basically making them do their job.
Do you think dead senators will start voting this one?
No. What I mean is like so like Marjorie Taylor Greene would be like, I want a record of the vote. So they got to go and call these people out of their meetings and be like, hey, I need your vote on this. Da, 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 da. And it started pissing everyone off. All the Democrats and Republicans started like coming down on Marjorie Taylor Greene, talking about like, why are you doing this and that? You're gonna piss us off. You're gonna piss the wrong people off and this and like
her own group though. They not standing up for nothing, huh? They don't care as long as they get a little bit of that,
bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's all the Democrats and like most of the Republicans, bro. There's like a very like select few group of Republicans who are like truly conservative. The other thing is like they won't if they know they can get it passed, but like once they get it passed, like there's no benefit to them. Like they won't vote for it, but they'll tell their constituents, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get this passed and this and that," but they won't. Like they're liars, bro. They're liars and they're corrupt.
I mean, the only one that seems to be doing something is DeSantis. That motherfucker is hitting everybody in the mouth right now. He even hit Disney in the mouth. He hitting everybody in their motherfucking mouth right now.
My question is, bro, it's like, why is Disney so concerned about grooming children, bro? Like,
because they've breached just being a kids television program.
Bro,
programming.
I don't get it, bro. Like, why are you so concerned about this, bro? This is a school issue. You have no business here. The parents need to know what's going on in the schools.
People crying, bro. How much money do you get to be a crisis crier? I think we need to start crisis crying a little bit. They said our kids can't be gay. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
they just cry about it.
Don't say gay. It says nowhere in the bill. I know Tim Pool calls it the "don't say straight" bill because all it talks is about sexuality.
Yeah,
and it just says you can't have sexual conversations with children from ages 5 to 8. Like, it doesn't go far enough, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't go far enough. Why can't you let them hit puberty first?
Like 5 to 18, bro. That's what I want. 5 to 18, teachers are not allowed to have secret sexual conversations.
Yeah, because 8 hours a day, 4 days a week. 5 days a week. That's 40 hours a week of good old indoctrination. And you only get how many hours outside of school as a child? And don't be a child that has extracurricular activities after school. So you basically spend your whole life in school. By the time you're out of that factory, then you have a little bit of time to yourself, and you go back into the top factories. Come on, man. I'm telling you, bro. I feel sorry for these kids, man, because it's hard to break that chain, man.
Yeah, they really drive it home too in college, bro.
Look at the old people still. I was talking about still wearing masks. They still haven't broke that chain.
I see young people wearing masks, bro, like in their car by themselves.
Young fit people. That blows me, bro. When I see people with masks on in their car, you don't even trust your own vehicle.
I'm like, bro.
They've made you that scared of yourself.
COVID-19 can be passed by the transmission through transmission. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole new year. We haven't even made. We didn't even bring in the new year. This is the first show of the 2022. We still talking about variants,
bro. I don't know. I've been done since before I got COVID. I was done after 2 weeks. Yeah. I was not wearing that mask unless I was forced to. Yeah. And man, I wish I had looked up the law like that dad did, that country dad who went and country said, you're violating the Nuremberg Code by making us wear experiments. Like, dude.
For real, it's an experiment. You're experimenting people, live people. Like, this is crazy. This is absurd. But, man, I think we speak on this a lot as people are just, how far do you want to push the envelope? Like, how far do you want to be free? Or what are you willing to do to be free? Or is it inconvenient, and it's inconvenient enough for you to not care about your freedom? That's what it seems like.
Well, for a lot of people it is. It's like, it's easier to go along and get along, but then what kind of government or what kind of society structure are you leaving your kids with?
Especially when they're telling the kids him, her, and he, she's, and it's too much. And how the teacher, I think you showed me the video where the teacher is talking about how basically from the video, she had been running this programming the whole time to the kids, to where she even messed up. And she basically said something along the lines of, to one of the kids, like, don't hit her, raise your hand, or she can raise her hand. She's like, oh, I just realized I used the word she. Like, you, y'all sick, man. Where are you getting them renegades from, bro? They must have got these new teachers straight from the riots. They're like, ooh, you burnt down. You tried to burn down that building to the ground. I seen that effort. Come on and come talk to these kids.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
These new teachers are like extremely like radicalized and like trying to radicalize our children, bro.
And it's only really like 5 of them in the school. Everybody else is just too afraid to like say or do anything. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna let them do what they do and collect a check. And that's bad. That's so sad.
Yeah, but I mean, so goes the weak people, bro. The weak people don't stand up and do nothing. They find it more convenient. Like, I don't know.
And honestly, it is very convenient not to say anything. It's very convenient to just kind of go along with everything because you don't necessarily get messed with. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily face any consequence, but boy, oh boy, when I see some of these gas bills, when I add up the gas I spent in a week, or when I see how much I was paying, how much I'm paying for food now compared to what I was paying for food when I first came out here, or even when I was in California, you know what I'm saying? I the number of items I'm allowed to get for $200 has significantly decreased. It's like, dude, I try to eat healthy as well. That's also one of the cases too, but I'm like, I barely can hit 10, 15 items without being already at $200. That's ridiculous, man. My gas, I got 2 cars that used to take $20 to fill up in the height of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Now we basically up $40. That's a from 20 to 40. That's what that's a 20% increase or no, that's 100%, right? That's an extra 20 on. That's crazy, man. And I guess people just was like, when they look at these bills and they're just like, oh, it's okay. Who cares?
Yeah, well, they're not. Like I said, it's cowardice.
And you're still being taxed. And you're still being overtime, still being taxed. It's like, it's crazy, man.
No, I don't know. I'm so like I'm getting the more and more I like watch my taxes being taken out my paycheck, bro. I'm like, yo, this is immoral, bro. This is so immoral. You're gonna tax my labor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm like,
the fact that you can tax overtime is treasonous, bro.
Bro, I am so fucking ready to like abolish the IRS, bro.
IRS is not the IRS is not even they just literally they're just a faction that literally is controlled by nobody. They're just like their own faction that does whatever the hell they want to do, and everybody just kind of like allows them to do it.
It's not even that. It's like they're like a weapon of the government, bro. Like they're who is it? The Obama administration. They basically asked who was it? They basically asked the IRS to target conservative 501c3s, the like religious exemptions for taxes and everything, and they did. They went and targeted their political rivals, like of nonprofits. Like, I'm like, bro, like they were used as a weapon of the Obama administration, bro. I'm like, don't give me that shit, my guy.
Man.
Anyways, but good news. CNN Plus within a month, was shut down from their launch.
Right,
bro. I think
100,000 subscribers. That's all you can muster up.
That's like the silver lining, bro. That's like a silver. Like people are starting to not believe in the fake news, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm so grateful. Like I see that as like hope.
Yeah.
That's hope.
Yeah, for sure. Because as you can tell, it's only 100,000 people in a country of millions. And you got to think about that. This country is made up of foreigners. Why would you leave your country that could be wherever you're from, a dictatorship or got some crazy rules, come to the land of the free just to get here and realize they don't want it to be that free anymore. That'll you know what I'm saying, that'll jog something up in you and make you be like, oh hell no, I didn't come over here for this. I could go back to wherever I come from. If I wanted to be treated and taxed and lied to like this, I could just go back to where they do it out in the open. You trying to double speak and use different ways of saying things to lie about the situation. Cut it out, man. But yeah, only 100,000 people. That's crazy.
Only 100,000.
And that's probably literally people of family members of people that work at the scene.
And they sunk like something like 300 million into the project and had like a plan to sink like $1 billion or something like that later on down the road. It was crazy. But to see them like launch it and then like the first 2 weeks be like, oh, we're lowering it from $7 to $6 to $2 for a lifetime membership. And then going from there to be like, oh, all right, we're shutting down. Like
$3 with 100,000 people. That's not even $1 million. They didn't even recuperate $1 million back, right?
Nope.
Sheesh.
So
yeah, as they should. CNN should just shut down altogether.
Yeah, I guess it's like I'm hoping it's just people losing interest in like the narrative, the bullshit narratives.
Right.
But also too, I think people are like actively starting to engage in the culture because Netflix lost 45% of its stock.
Man. Hell, YouTube is even losing some of its stock. I don't know if you peeped.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they losing some people because I mean, like we was talking about earlier today, they kind of have their people, they kind of have a pocket, and YouTube is they play big into they play big into the woke stuff and the fact checking stuff and all of that crazy stuff. So people are like, man, where can we speak, bro?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna be switching over to Rumble. That's just.
Oh yeah, I need you to text me those the different sites and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I'm on Truth Social too now, bro. Fucking Trump's social media.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got on there and I was like, damn, son.
Once again, I'm back off social media. I'm just protecting my mental, bro. I see so much stupid shit, and when I feel it, I want to react. That's when I say, wrong emotion. This is internet. You know what I'm saying? So when I start to go that route and I start getting too deep into it and I feel infuriated by somebody said I don't even know, that's when I realize, okay, I might need to detach a little bit again and just get back into real life, because words on the screen shouldn't antagonize me. Shouldn't.
I don't think it's words. I think it's just stupidity.
It is stupidity.
When you see something so stupid that it infuriates you, it's pretty stupid. Like I was on TikTok earlier and I saw this fucking
TikTok
guy.
is full of that.
Well, it's full of that, but it's also full of cool stuff too. Like,
yeah.
But there's this guy, and he was like, "Why is it that immigrants from here, or immigrants who come here, don't assimilate to any other American values except for anti-blackness?" And I'm like, okay, prove it. Like, what's your basis for saying this? What are the numbers?
And is this person even black?
Yeah.
Oh, that's that bullshit.
Black hair, like hair dyed blonde, or no, black dude, hair dyed blonde.
You know, that screams sickness.
And I'm like, okay. And so I was like, okay. I go, proof. Like,
yeah.
Show me. Like,
yeah.
Where? What are the numbers on that? And then he's like, they haven't been quantified, but go off. Like expecting like that was some kind of insult. I was like, so what you're saying is you have no basis for your argument. That's what you're saying?
You're right. So basically, he basically just did what old boy did to Ben Shapiro when he was like, yeah, dude, I'm like a mathematician and
and like and you can't get your girl's pussy. What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
Bro, do you know my heart sunk when I see this shit? I say, this nigga's a weirdo. I see. I don't, bro. If that's what. Remember I was telling you a big thing about representation. Obviously, people that think logically know that not every person acts like that, especially from us. But when I see somebody of my skin color from where I'm from, not from where I'm from, but basically somebody who's of the same race and everything, and that's how they choose to act in front of people, it sickens me, because it's like, how much mental, like, what happened to you in your life to where this is what you're doing, and you're supposed to be, and from your words, you're a highly educated individual. Like, you're the next. Is this the next? You can't get your girl's pussy wet, bro.
So what's up, bro? So I'm like, bro, like,
did he have a ponytail and a bang in the front?
I don't know.
That's when I realized he's crazy.
I don't know. I was just like, that's not an argument, my guy. Like,
not an argument.
That's not a point. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, but what's up though?
Yeah.
What type of shit is this, man?
I was like, oh my god, bro. I don't know, seeing like the debates and shit like that. It's a lot of fun. My bad. That was one of the reasons I was looking up this stuff, because I was trying to figure out. I was like, there was a topic I wanted to touch on, and yeah, it was the CNN one that I was forgetting. I was forgetting about. But yeah, I see a silver lining in that, like, the culture is gonna start swinging back, and it's gonna swing back hard. And I hope it just destroys the crazy leftists, and we come back to like regular, like reasonable ideas.
You know what I think they're not accounting for? A lot of us and millennials and Gen Z, a lot of our parents, and not all of us, but a lot of us, we had some type of issue growing up. So a lot of us, if we not figure things out, not everything, but if you can kind of get the gist of, like, if you really look back at your life, you think about how you was raised and everything like that, and then you come to the conclusion that you're going to be a better parent. If it was a lack of parenting, that you're going to be a better parent than the parents that you had or whatever, or you, even if they weren't bad, you see where they went wrong at and you want to be better in that point. I think a lot of us, I get the feeling that when I speak to a lot of millennials and Gen Zers, you know what I'm saying, we care. It's like I think we care a little more. I feel like our parents worried more so about putting the food on the table, that's a blessing, because there's some people who don't have that, who doesn't even have food on the table and things like that. But I feel like we got that point. We realized that's good, taking care of your business, and I feel like a lot of us also want to be totally active in our children's, not just, you know what I'm saying, we don't just let them go to school and say, oh, they'll come back. Like, I feel like we want to be totally active. And with that feeling, that lets me know that when you're a parent and your kid comes back and says something that makes you think, why would you, like, wow, who taught you that? I feel like it's going to be a lot more of that. I feel like that is what's going to wake a lot more people up. I think that's what they're not accounting for, that we care more for I'm not saying our parents didn't care for us, but I don't think that they're accounting for, when I worked at the schools, man, I see all of these kids by the boatload, even in the worst areas. I see parents, they really care for their kids, man. That's one thing I can't say about our generation. No matter how this all turns out, we care about the kids, bro. And that made me realize all it takes is for these children to say something that's gonna spark something in the parent that probably was laying dormant. And then, just like the country, you know what I'm saying, just like the country, the musician we was talking about, we were referring to, and he was like, no, man, my kid is not going. That is what's going to be the turn. They're going to keep on trying to attack these kids like they did the last couple generations, and it's going to spark something in the parents, because they're going to probably realize, oh, this is what y'all was trying to do to us. This is what you're trying to do to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to make a lot of these parents and a lot of these people want to change what's really going on. And I don't think they're accounting for that. I don't think they understand the power that parents have, like the love that parents have for their children. Yeah,
well, they did turn parents into a voting block. Like they did. Like, they turned parents into an interest group and voting block. So when politicians run, they run on the basis of trying to appeal to a certain group. And for the past, like, longest time, parents weren't a political group. They were just they were intermixed with all the other groups by age, race, and all that nonsense. But now, parents are a political group. They're all majority for protecting their children.
Man, and they playing with people's children.
So if you're gonna turn parents into a political group and then tell them that, you know, we deserve your children, like, because it takes, what is it? I think it's Hillary Clinton's, what's it called? It takes a village to raise a child. If you're gonna go after people's children and then tell them we're gonna indoctrinate them, well, you just turn the parents into a voting block, and now you're gonna see a harsh swing and backlash towards you. So then the other thing is, this new generation, Gen Z, is actually going to be more conservative than the baby boomers, because they're getting to grow up in what's looking like more and more like an authoritarian state, and these people are going to be like, what? Like, this isn't the America that my parents told me about. And they're going to end up being more conservative than the baby boomers.
Yeah. So. I mean, hell, I'm a Gen Zer, and I didn't know I'm the leader of the new school. Because it starts from 97 on down.
Oh, yeah?
So, I literally the leader of the new school. He said, ooh. Nice. I thought I was a millennial the whole time. Somebody was like, oh, no, bro, you don't fit with us. You too young. I'm like, oh, I guess I haven't been. But, yeah, they don't respect the power of the parent. And they think, and I honestly do think that they think that parents are stupid. And how they're going to basically just they've been doing this game for too long, bro. And I'm starting to realize it doesn't matter what situation these parents are in. It doesn't matter how bad they're doing financially, or how, you know what I'm saying. It doesn't matter where they're at. I see and like I said, I hate to say the parents don't care. I don't think parents don't care, but I feel like there's been a heightened sense of not just taking care of your kids, but wanting to know what your kids is thinking. When we grew up, I'm not saying our parents didn't care what we was thinking. But as long as they had the food on the table, you better not say nothing else, nigga. You know what I'm saying? The lights are on, water running, food on the table. All that other shit is...
Yeah, well, our parents grew up in a survival mode. Yeah. Like, survival was the main thing. And material wealth is it's important.
Definitely important.
But only to a certain point. After you reach a certain point, I think it was Jordan Peterson was saying that, after you reach about middle class status, your correlation between income and happiness starts to separate. So it's no longer that the more you make, the happier you are. As you're coming out of poverty, that's the case. But once you reach middle class status, that falls off, and it's not about that anymore. It's about like what the meaning of your life is. And so I think for a lot of our parents who grew up in the poverty stricken era and days, and then before them, the people who grew up during the depression, the Great Depression, it was all about survival, and it was all about hard times, and they were all about making sure that our children are fed, right? And so these people who are doing that, they don't have time to think deeply about anything or to think really past the child's material future, right? Yeah. They need to go grow up, get a good job.
They need to eat now. Yeah. Right.
And so they kind of focus on the material future, but not on the immaterial. And so the destruction of our culture and our values and the Christian values really is what kind of is bringing us here today, because now we have a culture that's so it's been degraded to such a point where now we're having teachers trying to groom children and think that it's okay, and we're having professors. Like, I watched a video about a professor who said that we shouldn't really have an age of consent because he goes it's not obvious to me that if an adult male has sex with a 12-year-old female and she's a willing participant, it's not obvious to me that that's wrong. I'm like, well, it should be, because she's not of age to consent. Like, I honestly think 18's like a little too young. Yeah, because you're still dumb.
Yeah. And you're still technically a teenager as well.
You don't understand the repercussions of your actions. Like, you really don't get it until you're about 23. Yeah. Like 23, 24 is when you start to realize,
it sparks in oh shit.
Yeah, my actions matter and what I do in life and everything. That's when you really start to get it. And so, even 18 is kind of young, in my view. And I'm not super Puritan, all fucking. Jesus,
as you get older, you
that's the thing. It's not even from a religious standpoint. Just from a
what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
Yeah, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And just from a psychological standpoint, you're not fully developed at 18 years old.
Definitely not.
So even that's a little too young for me. But this dude's over here talking about he doesn't see what would be wrong with having a grown man having sex with a 12-year-old. Bro, if you don't. And that's
how you know he's done it before.
Oh, God.
And that's what I'm sorry. I didn't like, and you explained it better. It's not it's no longer, it's not that there's better parents in certain generations. It's every generation we see what the parents did good and what the parents did bad, and we want to improve upon what we feel like this is part of evolution. We want to improve upon what we feel like we didn't get. And I feel like for us and our generations being parents, we want to work. What's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah.
How you feel? How, you know what I'm saying? Explain to me how you, what are you feeling inside? I want to know, how do you feel? You know what I'm saying? And those conversations, I'm not saying we didn't have them, but it went a little different.
Yeah, well, it wasn't until like there was some kind of crisis, like there was some kind of crisis in the child's life that they're like, what's wrong with you?
What the hell's going on with you? Man?
You know, because before that, it's like, are you fed? Yeah. You got a place to sleep? Yeah. Good. Shut up. Like, yeah, that was the deal. But now, like, I could, you know, we kind of realized, and my parents realized too, like, oh, like we had to work on your mind, like, and my dad always made sure to tell me, like, he used to do this thing with me, like, I'd walk in, and he goes, who are you? And I'm like, Santino. And he goes, Santino who? I go, Santino Rodriguez. And he goes, can anyone change that? No. Okay. Just know who you are.
Right.
And just at random times throughout my day, who are you? Like all my life growing up, he would do that to all of us. And I didn't understand it. But now that I'm older and I see these people having identity crises, I'm like, oh, adults. You don't know who you are?
Yeah. You don't
know. Don't get me wrong. Like like I still had a meaning crisis. Like what do I do with my life? But I didn't have like a who am I? Like no, I know who I am, but what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's a better question to ask. You know who you are, but like when you can question what you're doing, like what am I doing? What am I really doing with my life? And
I see that, man. And these parents, I'm telling you, they keep on playing with these kids. They keep on poking the bear with a stick, and before you know it, that bear gonna come out of hibernation, and they're not gonna like what it's gonna feel like to basically be booed out the arena, because that's what they're playing. They're playing with fire when you play with these kids, because these parents today want to know how their kids feel. Parents of yesterday, they wanted to know that their kids were fed, clothed, and okay.
And safe.
But the parents of today want to know all of that, plus where are you at mentally, more than they did maybe last generation's, you know, parents. So, you know, and it's really because when they grew up, it was basically like, clothes, you have your outfits, you have the dinner, like they had the bare necessities, but they had, and then they improved upon that, which is, thank you for that. But us, nah, we want to know for sure, and they keep on poking that bear, and that bear gonna wake up, man. And when it does, they better hightail it back to Russia or wherever they want to go. That they run that rhetoric, they probably gonna run to China or whatever they go, but they gonna have to run away, because when you anger these parents, it's gonna go to shits real quick.
Yeah,
you in the loud minority.
Yeah, and now freaking you know, now with our generation, like with my kids, like I try to talk about like philosophy with them. Like, what do you think about right and wrong? What do you think about this? What do you think? And they'll sit there and they'll give you answers. They are deeper thinkers than people know.
Right. Because we were deeper thinkers than we were perceived to be. We knew what was going on. But
my mom told me that too. She goes, you know, one time you asked a question, and I forgot what question she told me it was. She goes, but you asked a question, and I'm like, why are you thinking about that?
He's thinking.
And she told me something like, oh, like, well, it works this way, and this way. And I was like, she said, I sat there and I thought about it, and I go, okay. And I walked away, and I was like 4. She goes, but you're asking like really thoughtful questions. Yeah. She goes, and I'm like, oh, yeah, like why are you thinking about that? Like, and like kids are way far deeper thinkers than people assume.
And see, I always knew, but I mean, I always had an inclination.
Don't get me wrong.
But I was a child.
Don't get me wrong. They're dumb.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're deeper thinkers.
For sure. But if you probe, I mean, if you grow, what's in there, that's a great individual that you're propelling forward. And I feel like I knew the day I knew I became hyper aware is around 5th grade, 6th grade. I would say before 6th grade. In the 5th grade, I totally changed. I didn't hit puberty yet, but mentally I became aware. Like, you know, and then 6th grade, it continued into 6th grade, and then that's when I gained my awareness, like my spidey sense, basically. So like, I'm hyper aware of everything that's going on, what's being said, how it's being said. I'm picking up on social cues. I'm picking up on everything, and it's not just puberty, because I wasn't even 12 yet. This is like, this is me saying, like, kids understand and they know. Keep on playing with these kids if you want to. That's a warning.
Yeah.
Heed the warning. Keep on playing with these people's kids if you want to. Because we like human beings do, we evolve. Somewhere in their bunker, they've come to think that we're literally stupid. And they're not counting on the human aspect of evolution. We evolved. We've evolved from who our great grandparents were all the way to who we are now. And when these kids become our age, they're going to be totally on a whole different level. They're not accounting for evolution. And they seem to think that we're really stupid.
No, they're not accounting for awareness, but yes, in their little elite bubble, like the plebeians, they don't know.
They're stupid.
They think we're stupid plebeians, and they are above us, and they know what's best for us, and they know what's best for our children. Like, fuck off, like, bro.
When these kids, they start coming in, these parents start looking back. When the parent double takes what the kid is saying and how they acting, you just poke the wrong person. And more parents are waking up. And when the parents wake up, they start to pay more attention to the education of the kids. When that happens, when you can exclude the educational system of the day, and you do more teaching at home, and you use more of your time when you're not working to really get a feel of your child and invest in your child's mental, like you said, it's going to be another generation of very conservative individuals that I wouldn't even say conservatives per se, but I would say they think for themselves.
From generation of free thinkers.
And that's what you don't want, because you don't really want freedom.
Yeah, it's coming, man. The backlash is coming, and we are either getting Trump or DeSantis in 2024. So we'll see what happens.
I think I want DeSantis. He'll punch you in your mouth, and he'll look at you like you know that was wrong. He the type of dude.
That's the thing, bro. Is like Trump is that way too. He just has whole lot of character flaws. He has a whole lot of. But man, I watched this man, bro. There's all these videos coming out of when like comparing Biden to Trump, and when they was like meeting with the foreign leaders and shit. Like when Trump met fucking Putin, bro, he like shook his hand and like pulled him in hard. Like you see Putin go like this, and he goes like shaking his hand hard. And I'm like, oh shit.
Trump is a tall motherfucker,
bro. And then it came out that he told Putin, he goes, you move on Ukraine and I'll hit Moscow. And they said that that they reported that Putin was like, no, you won't. That's not what it's called. And Trump goes, all those beautiful turrets will be destroyed. And the turrets are the churches, right? Those big, magnificent churches they build in Moscow. He goes, all those beautiful turrets will be destroyed. He's like, it'll be such a shame.
And you know, Putin's an asshole. I've seen videos of him dumping another. I don't know if it was like another president for another country or whatever. I don't know what the word for it is, but he literally dumped him off the chair. Putin's an asshole. He's a total asshole. And if he feels like if he smells blood in the water, he coming for your ass. He's one of those dudes. Yeah. So for you saying Trump did that, Trump knows. He knows the social aspect of the shit.
Yeah, he said that same shit to fucking what's his name? The president of China.
Oh, I don't know.
I forget his fucking name. But he told him that he'd hit Beijing if they moved on Taiwan. I was like, bro,
he hitting everybody capital, bro.
Yeah, bro. And so I think the New York Post reported on this, and basically after that, Trump came out and was like, yeah, I told him I'd nuke him. I'm like,
but that's what you need, man. Obviously, it worked.
But like, it's funny that you see that now. Like, everyone realized that. Like, Trump was called a madman by his enemies and his supporters. Yeah, right. He's a madman. That's why we love him. And some people, he's a madman. That's why we hate him. But you didn't know what he was gonna do, bro. Yeah. Like, he gonna tell you some shit like, "I'll hit your fucking capital."
Nah, but that's what you have to do. Putin is the type of person where if he sense punking you, he gonna punk you. He's a bully.
Yeah, bro, but he physically
Trump is big though. Trump is not a small guy at all. He's like 6'3". He's a pretty big dude, bro.
Yeah, bro. That shit had me dead. I watched that shit and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's not sleepy. Nothing. You can't put sleepy before Trump.
And then there was another one where he was walking up with some people from his place, but it was for a meeting of like some leaders or something like that. Fucking Trump grabs his fool, pushes him behind him, and like steps up front. And he's like what's
you like, seen what he said about that? Oh, I was seeing this thing where Trump was playing golf with somebody, right? And then whoever he was playing golf with, he was like, he stopped the dude and said, look. He said, somebody, it was like, I think they said like a dude flew in the vicinity or something, right? And everybody, like, they shut it down, cut the areas off, told dude to get out the way. And then after all that was done, Trump looked at the dude and said, you see that? That's power. Trump is one of them dudes, bro. He's like that. He's that leader that you want, because you see Putin is like an MMA fighter. He goes and hunts for fishes and he shoots. He always has a gun in his hand. He's one of those dudes. And you need somebody like Joe who's basically like, yeah, we got power, bro.
Yeah, bro. Oh my god, that shit was hilarious.
Why Joe will let you disrespect him, disrespect the country.
Bro, he was like, it depends on if it's a small invasion or a large invasion. If it's a small invasion, we'll talk about it. I'm like, bro, what?
An invasion is an invasion, bro.
Well, no, he said it was a small incursion. Like, there's no such thing as small incursion, bro. Either you're invading or you're not. Like,
double speak.
That double speak, bro. Good old
that
George
good
Orwell.
Old democratic double speak, bro.
Bro,
golly.
George Orwell predicted so much, bro.
You know what? Also, there is a did you know there's a George Orwell award? And it's I don't know if it's still going on because it was going on today, but there is a author by the name of, I think his name is William Lutz, and he wrote a book called Doublespeak, and he was basically prompted or inspired by 1984, right? And he has a series of books about double speaking and ways that, you know, words are used to kind of dictate narratives and things like that. I'm gonna buy us both a copy of that book. Honestly, I'm gonna buy us both a copy of that book. And he runs a thing where he basically calls out, like, I'm gonna say bullshit, but he wouldn't say bullshit. He would say the double speak and how different people use different words to sneak this narrative past the people. Or, you know, like, but he said what is it? I think it's called the Department of War or something like that. What is that called?
The Ministry of Peace.
No, it's not the Ministry of Peace. He said it used to be. I guess it's called the Department of Justice. No, not the Department of Justice, but whatever the thing for our war is called. It was literally called something war, and then we like flipped it to mean something else, and it was fascinating to hear like how many instances like double speak is used to sway how you feel about something, to make things cute, but it's really not. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like the Patriot Act, right? Well, you're not a patriot. How could you? Are you a patriot? You can't oppose the Patriot Act,
right?
You mean the government spying on me, motherfucker? Well, if you have nothing to hide, bitch, it's not about if I have nothing to hide. It's about freedom, bro.
Right.
What do you mean?
And Obama was for it, bro.
Oh,
totally
bro.
for it.
I didn't know this. One of the first things Obama did was order order a something something assassination, where basically a American citizen was killed. A 16-year-old American citizen was killed in the Middle East because they were trying to get someone else, and they bombed a restaurant full of civilians.
That's your,
like one of his very first what's called, and that's what he's like. I didn't understand like the libertarians like, oh yeah, he's known for his drone strikes. I'm like, drone strikes like on civilians? Like, yeah. I'm like, huh? Like, yeah. I never heard about Obama doing this shit.
No, I actually kind of did hear a lot about him drone striking.
Yeah, well, I mean, apparently he's been drone striking American citizens like a motherfucker.
He'll drone strike the shit out of somebody.
It's called like an extrajudicial assassination or some shit like that.
You know, he signed some type of treaty too that basically allowed him to initiate executive orders without having to go through, like him being able to just sign them through without having any extra, you know, like he didn't need anybody to okay it. I forgot what it's called. I gotta get send that to you too. And I'm like, sheesh. Oh, fuck, why would you sign that if you're not willing to literally just close up the country?
Yeah, you want the power, man. Fuck. I don't know. But we are at 54 minutes, so we probably do got to wrap this up.
Right.
We will be being more consistent There's gonna be some life changes,
yeah,
so that I can do this thing on a more constant basis. Because I guarantee you, if we kept this up, we'd have a lot more followers. We'd probably be pretty big by now. We've been doing this for what, like a year and a half, 2 years almost.
Man, the time you need. If we stay consistent,
if we'd have stayed consistent, we'd have had we probably could have been monetized by now.
Yeah. We're probably striking down.
Yeah, but we will be switching probably over to Rumble, and we're going to be looking at some Spotify stuff to get the audio on Spotify.
Yeah.
Shout out to What Up World with the boy Chris over there, man. I appreciate you having us on. We'll be sharing that when that comes out.
Right.
Having us on your podcast. We're going to have y'all on our podcast. It was really cool talking with y'all.
Right. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, that was really fun. All right, I think that's it, man. I'm dog ass tired right now.
No, I feel you. We'll come harder. You know what I'm saying? We'll come harder when we come back.
Yep, we gotta be more consistent with it. I know. Yeah. So, all right, man. All right, peace, y'all.